Oh, yeah. What up? 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 And welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. And I am your host with the most. It's me again. It's me, bitches, Dice Shakur. And I'm here, man, for another fantastic episode of Journey of a Jackass, man. Now, listen. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. Not Happy New Year's, you stupid, know-nothing bitches. Happy New Year. Happy New Year for all y'all that celebrated it, all right? I don't celebrate it. I like the party, but I don't celebrate it. I'm going to tell you why it's the difference, okay? We're going to talk about that later on the show. But tonight, man, I got a wonderful guest coming on tonight. I hope everybody's surviving the winter because it's been really, really cold before I get to the guest. It's been really, really cold and all that stuff. So I hope everybody's surviving the winter. Ladies, hear me out. Hear me out. Look, hey, hear me out now. If you cold out there this winter, come on, baby. Two-seater. You know what I'm saying? It's a two-seater, baby, over here waiting on you. You bring you and bring a friend. You know what I'm talking about? As long as she ain't no big back. I ain't suffocating trying to eat no big back. You understand me? And there's a lot of y'all that's some big backs. There's a real problem in the black community. There's a thin line between obesity and thick. And 90% of y'all is obese. Y'all not thick. Y'all obese. And these niggas cherish obesity. They do. Niggas cherish obesity. You ain't thick. You're obese. Sorry. Not sorry. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, tonight, man, I got a businessman, entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? Man, all around great brother, Marvel fanatic, comic book fanatic, on with me tonight. He has a transportation company called Where To. And when he kept asking me where I was going, I was like, shit, this is where I'm going. And so I said, what's the name of your company? He said, Where To? I was like, this is where I'm going. Blah, blah, blah. I said, no, the name of the company is Where To. So, you know what I'm saying? We got Keith David on here, aka Reggie from Where To. He's the entrepreneur, businessman, CEO. He's the all-around stud for Where To. But we gonna get into that. Now, let me tell you, before you already know how this goes. Before we get into Reggie, story time with me, y'all. Story time with me. Two-seaters. Right? Two-seaters. Story time with me. All right, so we all have had tales of doing things in the car we wasn't supposed to be doing, stuff like that. I told a tale about this a couple weeks ago, how I did some things in the car that I wasn't supposed to be doing, or whatever the case may be, right? So, this week it ain't gonna change. All right, so I'm gonna tell you the first time that I tried to ride a motorcycle, right? Tried to ride a motorcycle and try to like do stunts and all that stuff, trying to show off. So anyway, I was matter of fact, no, I got a better story for y'all. I got a better story for y'all. So, man, it was me and the chick that I was dealing with at the time, right? Better story for y'all. Me and the chick I was dealing with at the time. We decided, this is when I was in Louisiana, we decided that, hey man, we want to go to Shreveport for the weekend, have a good time, go up there, hit the, go to the casino, go to the clubs up there, stuff like that. So if y'all ever been to Shreveport, there really ain't nothing in Shreveport. Man, it's just little small city, whatever the case may be. It's all right, I guess. For the boot, it's all right. So anyway, we decided that we want to go up there. So on the way up there, we was talking, and this is when I was more younger and reckless, whatever the case may be. So down there, I don't know if y'all ever been to Louisiana. Them niggas don't care about nothing. They got drive-through daiquiri stations. You could drive through and buy a mixed drink and put it in your car console. Right? So we used to go to the little drive-through thing, get us some drinks, and then we would get us a little pint of Hennessy, and we would split that between us during the ride. Dumb, reckless, right? Us two riding, transporting, right? Doing it wrong, right? So we get up there, we have a good weekend. We get up there, man. By the time we get there, we are fucked up. By the time we checked into the hotel, I was still good to go. I was like, shit, man, let's go do something. She passed out. We was fucked up. And because I had got a Long Island iced tea, and they make them bitches strong down. They make them drink strong down there. And she got a 151 and Coke or something like that. I was like, you only like 130 pounds. Like, why would you get that? Like, why? Anyway, so man, we was up there. Went up there, had a good time, party, jugging, having a great weekend. Boom. So, on the way back, stop at the little daiquiri station. We had to wait a little bit longer because the daiquiri stations open up a little late on Sundays. They don't open up at the regular 9 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So Sunday, we wait, go to the little daiquiri station, get us a little pint of Hennessy. Like, all right, man, we're going to head back. So we get to hitting it. I drove up there. She said, I drive back. Don't worry about it. I said, well, you can't drink as much then. You know what I'm saying? So she said, all right, cool. And there's a lot of back roads down there. Going to like driving to Houston from where we was, driving to New Orleans from where we was, driving to anywhere we wanted to go was a lot of back roads, like a ton of them. So it was, you know, there's barely anybody out there. When the police drove by you, if you was doing 90, they would just flash their headlights at you, like slow the fuck down. So anyway, so on the way back, I said, man, we back here in all these backwoods, we took no advantages of it, right? Said, yeah. I said, pull over, man. So we pulled over on the side of the road, right? And got off in the little cut, whatever the case may be. Got off the little cut, got in the backseat, started getting busy. Back there, you know what I'm saying? Back there getting it. Getting it. I was like, yes, good. Yeah. Getting it in. So anyway, so I look up and guess what I see? A dude with a shotgun standing outside the fucking window. I was like, oh shit, we need to get the fuck out of here. I was like, all right, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, dude, I'm sorry. I was like, oh no, I was having a good time watching, you know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, this shit was like some straight backwoods, hillbilly redneck shit. So he was just sitting there, just holding his little gun, just watching. I was like, nah, we need to get the fuck out of here before he try to hold the gun to our head and make us finish. So we did like this. I said, man, look, I said, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? Pulled my pants up. She got out. We hopped out, got into the front seat. He said, well, y'all was having a good time. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was like, what kind of creepy shit is this? Right? So anyway, so we continue driving and we get a little bit closer to home. So I said, man, fuck this. I ain't done yet. So I started fingering her while she was driving. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, fuck that. And she had some sweatpants on. So I started pulling her sweatpants on. I said, put this motherfucker on cruise control. And then she put her leg up on the thing. And I started eating her while she was driving, right? So I eating her while she was driving. Going to town, right? Eating her while she was driving. She said, we're going to have to pull over again. We're going to have to pull over again, right? I said, we almost home. We can make it home. She said, well, you need to stop then. I said, no. Then she did like this. Legs started shaking. Boom, boom, boom. Legs started shaking while she was driving. And I think I got a concussion from this shit, right? So anyway, legs, it started shaking and stuff like that. And she started squirting. Shot in my eye. Shot in my motherfucking eye. I was like, damn, I didn't shield or nothing like that. She said, you got to drink it. I was like, I'm not drinking that. So she started squirting, started shooting everywhere, got my eye. I did like this, and I hit this motherfucking steering wheel. When I hit the motherfucking steering wheel, the car lost control. When the car lost control, we ran into the back of a car that looked like it'd been abandoned. It was like from the 70s and wrecked the fucking car. Wrecked the fuck out in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. I hit my head on the steering wheel. Her chair came out, the airbag. So I was crushed between her and the fucking squirt was all just shooting in my eye. And I was crushed between her, the fucking steering wheel, and her body. boom, 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 boom. Man, tell the I tell her I think I had a concussion, right? She knocks out. She hits the airbag and boom, and knocks out. I was like, oh shit. I thought we was dead for a second. Then I put my head between from the leg, and I was like, damn, luckily her leg didn't break. And I look up, and if I wasn't down in her lap, and she wasn't paying attention, we hit the car, I would probably would have died. So it was meant for me to be eating pussy that day. So anyway, so I get out, I kick my door open and I get out. And I'm like, oh shit. I look, I said, damn, this motherfucker car 8K drive. So I go to check on her and everything. And I think she was concussed too. So I was like, man, look, this car's fucked up. It's not gonna drive. She's like, and she was like, what? So neither one of us had no phone reception. We was in the middle of fucking nowhere, Louisiana. Middle of nowhere, Louisiana. I was like, oh fuck. And there wasn't no cars coming back and forth, like talking about. So I was like, man, we probably gonna have to walk from here. And it was a good, like, solid about 40 miles left in this trip. 30 miles left in this trip. I said, fuck. So when we sat there, we was walking all over, trying to get reception, couldn't get no reception. I was like, fuck, no reception. So we sitting there, and she's like, start feeling a little better. She's like, fuck, we out here in the middle of nowhere, freak ass. We might as well come on, go and get it in some more. I was like, we got a car total there, you were my fucking, right? So I said, okay, fuck it. So we out there, we start getting there, and guess who pulls up on us? They help us out. The nigga with the shotgun. The white dude that was sitting out there with the shotgun. He said, oh, y'all just can't control yourselves out here. What the hell happened to the car? Right? So the dude took us back where we had reception. We went and got the car, whatever the case may be. She took the L because it was her car. She took the L. One, because we eventually broke up. And two, she didn't have no motherfucking insurance on the car. Her insurance lapsed and she didn't even know it because she wasn't paying it. Somebody was paying it for her. So she had to pay out of pocket to get a whole brand new car. And this is one of the times where I was transporting and having a good time, and it turned out all bad. Not as bad as me. I could have died probably, but I didn't. But she had a concussion, fucked up. At least she got a nut before she had to buy a new car. And that's story time with me. I'm telling you, I've been on some adventures, man. Fucked up the whole goddamn car. Totaled that shit out, too. And that car, man, I'm talking about, it was a nice-ass car, too. Nice-ass car. Like, it was like it was an Acura. Yeah, it was nice. Nice. All because she wanted to be a that little freak ass. So anyway, on today's show, I got a stellar entrepreneur. I got a guy that's going to share his share and tell his tale. You know what I'm saying? The CEO, the man with the plane, Mr. Reggie. Where to art thou? Coming to the stage. My man's Reggie. Two-seater. You see, we had the two-seater working.
That is a great story. And it seemed like every minute of it was worth it.
Well, the stories are like this every week, man.
Oh my God, that's the type of shit that you tell at parties.
Yeah. Oh, what's the name? I've lived a very field like of adventure. I ain't one like, especially when I was in the military, I used to do everything. I used to do, man, if they having a party over there, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I kind of sit in the house, but when I travel, I make stories. Wait till I get to a point where I start telling these stories from all the, like, I've only told like one or two cruise stories. Wait till I get to the point where I start telling all the cruise stories, all the ones when I go out the country and stuff like that. Man, I'm still telling old school stories now.
Yeah, I think the world might have been a different place if we'd have grew up together. That's all I'm saying.
Hey man, listen. When I say It's been a great run, or it's a great run. It's a great run, man. I can't complain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I had a little bit more money, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, living out here in this world that don't wait on nobody. You can't sit around and think it's gonna come to you.
Hey, look, I say it all the time. My youth don't owe me nothing. It doesn't owe me a thing.
Yeah, man.
It seems like you in that category as well.
Oh yeah, man. If you go back, I'm talking about if you go back to my very, very first episode to now, 70 plus episodes, different stories every week. Different stories every week.
I'm gonna have to do that.
I'm telling you, there's some people that listen to my show just to hear the story times. They hear the story. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I need to break those segments down, break the story time segments down, so I can just start doing those too. Add those to story times and all that stuff. So I'm gonna fuck around and do that one of these days. Now, welcome to the show, Mr. Reggie.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, if y'all don't know, I met Reggie on, you know what I'm saying, Life Uncensored podcast, man. This dude is fun, funny, and he's a businessman. He's a man of business and stature. You know what I'm saying? So tell all the people who y'all, Mr. Reggie. Reggie?
Well, who am I? I ask myself that question a lot too, but no. My name is Keith Reginald Frank. That's where the Reggie comes from. And just trying to take life a day at a time, bro, for real. Just trying to live life to my fullest and enjoy life. And, you know, like you said, I'd love to have a little bit more money, but I'll trade in some of those dollars for some of them stories like you tell, because I have a few as well. Not as good as that. But, you know, life is good. I'm married. 2 daughters, 2 grown daughters, 3 grandkids, 1 on the way. And just a simple guy, man. I tell people all the time, I'm a simple man leading a simple life. But along the lines, I just try to enjoy every day as it comes to me.
Now, you can't be a simple guy out here living the wild life, man. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, right? So you're a businessman. Tell the people about your business. What your business is, man. Tell the people what that's about.
Okay, so I have a driving service. It's called Where To, as you can see.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, and basically what it is I have a clientele, and wherever they need to go, I take them. Sometimes it's local. It might be a doctor's appointment or whatever. For the most part, it's a lot of business trips. I live in Philadelphia. I'm in New York, Virginia, you know, Delaware. I drive cars down to Florida for the snowbirds. Started out as just doing a couple things. Well, the backstory to it is, you mind if I tell my backstory now?
Man, come on, man. Let's get to it. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
So the backstory is I was working at a dead-end job, which many of us are. And I wasn't happy, but I was safe. And I say I was safe because I was getting a paycheck every week, and I knew exactly what that paycheck was going to be and how I was going to, you know, divide up everything and pay for what, and you're comfortable.
See, but you know what that's called?
Mm-hmm.
That's called the hedonic treadmill. It's the hedonic treadmill. You get in there and then you're just running the same rabbit race, right? You expect it. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, but expect different results, right? So once you get on that hedonic treadmill, you start getting a comfort zone. And once you get too far on the hedonic treadmill, it's hard to get off.
Right. So I probably, had I not gotten fired, I probably would still be doing it. But I did, and I don't mind telling people I got fired, because everybody doesn't get fired for bad things. And I actually put in my 2 weeks notice, and they just told me not to come back because we were done with each other. Like I said, it was a very toxic environment and everything, but it is what it is. I'm gone. But to anybody out there, there's a younger viewer that looks at this for the stories and everything, I will tell you, don't be scared. Go out there and try it. And if you fail, you can always do something else. I was forced at 50 years old to do something else. And I would have never started over had I not been forced. But I thank God that I was forced. And look where I am now. I started off with 25 people, and I have over 150, 200 people now. Some of them I see regular. Some of them I don't see but once or twice a year, because a lot of them live out of the country. But when they come, they contact me. I pick them up from the airport, whatever. It's been doing it for over 8.5 years now. It'll be 9 years in May. I can start saying 9 years in May because we're getting ready to enter a new year, so it's getting close.
Yeah.
And I just I love it. It actually was my cousin's endeavor. Shout out to Sean Henry German. He was just driving some people around, and I would help him when he needed it. And I used to always tell him, like, Sean, you can make money off of this. And you think so? Yeah. But he was a retired state trooper. He was just like filling up time.
Yeah.
He ended up moving down to Florida, and he asked me if I wanted to continue to do it, which I told him, yeah. He gave me the client list, 25 people. Like I said, my OG 25. And then from there it just grew. I've never advertised. This is probably the first time this show right here, first time I've ever advertised. Everything is word of mouth. Yes, I've never, ever advertised.
For exclusive.
When I started out, it was just me. Now I have 6 people helping me. And it's a beautiful thing. And you have your freedom, and you have your peace of mind. That's it for me. Forget the money, forget the fun, forget the driving, because I love driving. So it's great for me. But I got my peace of mind, because I really was at a really low point in my life where I never was diagnosed. I admit that, but I probably was so close to a nervous breakdown from what I was going through.
Yeah, I know, and that's normal, because like last year I lost my job too. I got laid off, and and it's so fucked up how they did me though. They sent me it was like one night they said, hey man, they sent me an email 7 p.m. Hey man, we got to meet tomorrow morning at 10. I said, okay, cool. I said, okay, cool. I went to the meeting at 10. I was like, hey man, what's going on? They said, hey man, we're going to pull you off the bench. I said, what the fuck that mean, man? Let's talk. Just tell me what's going on. He said, man, yeah, we're going to have to let you go. I said, okay, cool. So I got 2 weeks. I got blah, blah, blah. He said, no, your ID card just got deactivated at 10:30. Your ID card is deactivated, and you can no longer access your computer or anything like now. I said, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, you need to have everything packed up and sent back to us by noon today. I said, what the fuck you mean? I'm like, how long have you known this? You know what I'm saying? He said, well, we found out on May the 9th. I said, so why am I just finding out on May 30th that I was going to be let go today? And then, and then they sent me a whole bunch of stuff that had to be filled out before noon. It's like a non-disclosure agreement, a severance package, all that stuff. And then in the NDA, it said that I could not talk bad about the company for 12 months. I was like, I didn't sign that shit. They kept calling me. They kept calling me like, hey man, we need that NDA. We need that NDA. I was like, fuck you and that NDA. I ain't sending y'all shit. Y'all got your computer back. Y'all got your ID back. Y'all got all that shit back. Fuck you and that NDA. Yeah. And then what was crazy, on LinkedIn, a bunch of them started requesting me as friends. I'm like, no, fuck you. The program manager that hired me, the one that sent me the email, didn't even have the fortitude to show up to them firing me.
So it's funny you say that, because I used to tell my boss, I tell everybody was a great guy, is a great guy. And to him, I probably was a bad employee only because I was so unhappy with the powers that be, but I couldn't reach them. So I used to act out.
Yeah.
But I told my boss, I said, look, do me a favor. I said, I know I'm not going to walk out this joint. They're going to take me out feet first. I will not retire from this place. I already know that. I said, but if it comes a time where you got to let me go, I said, look, don't do that dumb shit and let me come in here and work a shift. I said, because I'm going to steal you. Dan's a white guy from the sticks, and he was like, steal me. I said, you're going to tell me, and I'm going to be like, what you say? And when you reach over, so that was our running joke. He'd be like, yeah, I know. I said, because look, I could be drunk by 12 o'clock. Don't make me work, because I already know if it's the last shift, you're going to make me do all the horrible stuff.
Yeah.
Call me from home, I'm good.
When I was a quality manager at a warehouse, I would tell my guys, like, they'd be like, I'd be like, look, hey man, I would give them heads up. I'm like, man, they talk about reducing people, and your name is on the board, and I would help them get their resumes and stuff together and stuff, and I was like, y'all barely making any money here anyway. So what you stand for? Yeah. So I would help them get better jobs and stuff like that. So on the last day, the person would come in. I'm like, hey man, this is the day. He'd be like, all right, cool. I'm about to use all my PTO the rest of the day. And he would sit in the break room and just drink. The person would just sit there and drink. And then next you know, we shut down operations early, like 1:30, and then everybody just be sitting there drinking with the dude or the chick, whoever it was. Like we used to do that, like for real. Actually, it used to be wild as hell.
Mm-hmm. So I got a story similar to yours. I was in a warehouse, and the front part was refrigeration, and the back was cold storage where they used ammonia. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, when you got an ammonia warehouse, you got to go to classes and stuff, because if that stuff ever leaks, it's bad. So we had to go every 2 years. And so the guy calls me and he says, Keith, you got to go to ammonia class. I say, listen, I went to the ammonia class last year. So he says, well, I don't have your name on the list. And I said, well, I don't know why it's not on the list, but I went last year. And I then started to tell him very specific things that happened in the class, which another one of the supervisors, because I was a supervisor, he was like, yeah, that did happen there. And I remember him being there. So they was like, okay. So he comes back to me the next day and he said, well, you got to come. I said, why? He said, because you got to come. I said, I'm not coming. He said, why? I said, because it's Monday. It's my day off. I said, honestly, you motherfuckers don't do nothing for me. Y'all make me work. I can't get off. Nothing like that. Y'all, I'm not coming in on my day off. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Left, came back the next day. He said, you got to come in. I said, why? He said, it's mandatory. I said, you can't make it mandatory just because I won't come in on my scheduled day off.
Yeah.
If you told me ahead of time, I could have made, but you didn't. I'm not coming in. So he said, well, let me ask you a question. Why are you not coming in? I said, I'm going to my goddaughter's graduation, which was true.
Yeah.
He said, he came back. He said, well, they want proof. I said, so you're making me give you proof of what I'm doing on my personal time on my day off. I said, okay, no problem. So I used to have to come in at 2 a.m. So I came in at 2 a.m. I brought the graduation card, which was a little card, and I made a copy of it. I blew it up to 8.5 by 11, and I made 20 copies. I put one on my boss's desk, one on his boss's desk, one on the door, one on the break room. I put several on the bay doors, on HR's door, on the CEO's door, on the vice president's door. So, and that's what, like, I would fight back.
Yeah.
And that's what they didn't like. You know, one more really quick. I used to work on Saturdays. This will be really quick. I used to work on Saturdays. And when I would call people, nobody would answer the phone. So then I would make a decision. And then on Tuesday, when I came in, I would get called upstairs. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? Okay. So I told the lady, I said, I made the decision. She said, well, it was the wrong decision. I said, well, I was taught a bad decision is better than no decision. Now, if you want to tell me not to do it that way anymore, I won't. But to make no decision is just simply stupid.
That's a fact.
So from now on, I want to know everything. I said, okay. So I would come in at 2 a.m. I would look at all the notes. And then I had her home phone number. So I would call her house.
That's petty as shit.
At 2:30 in the morning.
Hey, that's what she wanted, though. That's what she wanted.
And I quickly found out that the phone was on her husband's side of the bed. Because he would answer. Yeah. Like, hello. And it's 2:30. I'm like, good morning. So-and-so. I did that shit for about maybe 4 or 5 days. I walked in one day. My boss said, and I just bust out laughing. He was like, stop calling her at home. I said, she said she wanted everything. But that's the stuff I would do.
Yeah. That's
because I
funny
would
as shit.
take it. So I
Yeah.
just, it's as I'm blessed. Everything that I did leading up to where to, I truly feel like God showed me everything. Because again, working in the warehouse, working with the truck drivers, I learned how to route. So I know how to, you go to your furthest, your furthest point and you work your way back.
Yep.
Routes,
logistics, like
yeah,
how to buy like fuel at economical prices, all
yes.
that stuff. Yeah.
I of course I know how to deal with people. I used to coach track. So, a lot of times I dealt with a lot of single parents, and we didn't have had our travel team, we didn't have the money to fly every place, so we would drive.
Yeah.
So even before I started doing this, I've driven to New Orleans, I've driven to Houston, I've driven to Des Moines.
Listen,
so
I drove from Petersburg, Virginia to Fairbanks, Alaska.
You beat me. You're like the only person to beat me.
Yeah,
I drove from Colorado Springs, Colorado to Columbia, South Carolina.
Man, listen, and I went from Fort Lee at the time, it's Greg Adams now, to Fort Wainwright. And then and I used to travel back and forth from between Texas and DC all the time, or Louisiana and DC, the DC area all the time, just driving back and forth.
Can we go back, because I want to ask you this question? So when your road trip in Louisiana, right, Shreveport, and you doing all these back roads. Yep. So they always tell you, because there's gators in that area, if your car breaks down or something, don't get out the car.
No, listen, that's when you're going down on like the I-10 or the I-10 corridor. Yeah. But going north, nah. Hey, when you get up there, like when you get like north of Opelousas or like the Alexandria, all that stuff, nah, you good. Like you start getting up there in that area, like nah. But if you get in that I-10 corridor, like you start going down to like Lake Arthur, Lake Charles, like Baton Rouge, places like that, like all along the corridor. Cities all in like down in there. Oh yeah. You pull over on the back road, you stay in the car.
Yeah. Okay. I just wondering if you knew that.
Yeah, for sure. And there are also cities that we know not to stop in. Like you niggas ain't welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So now with you having this car company, you said you have a big clientele now. You have a staff. So. Like what are some of the challenges you face starting this up? And well, before we get to that, what steps did you had to take to, like, did you get a courier's license, or you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just start driving people?
So I don't have a courier's license. So basically I hate when people say I'm Uber, because I'm not Uber. But the one thing I do that Uber does is, the guys, for the most part, drive their own cars, so they're like independent contractors.
Okay.
But
so y'all like Alto then?
Yes.
Like Alto, yeah.
So you need a ride, and I'm not available, then I just give it to one of the guys. And but it's still you got to go through me. Yeah. I just like like I said, everything is word of mouth, which it's funny because somebody recently said to me. They asked me about my clientele, and I was explaining. They were like, "Well, you need to diverse a little bit because you got all the same clientele, and that will stunt your growth at some point." And I told them, I said, maybe going down the line, but the good thing now is I met you through Amanda.
Yeah,
shout out to Amanda. I had no problem coming on this podcast because I met you through Amanda, even though I didn't really know you, because you're going to hang with like-minded people.
Yeah, business-oriented, driven, ambitious. Right. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
you're going to hang around the same type of person you are. So that's why I never have to advertise, because once I drive this person, she's going to tell her friend. He's going to tell his friend. And it was like that old Sassoon commercial that people probably don't remember it. And so on and so on and so on. Yeah. So that's really how it grew.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this then, right? Let me ask you this. So with me being a retired Army retiree, right? have you ever tried doing getting a contract with the VA for transportation? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there are people like, especially like me, like the last time I had to have surgery, I didn't have nobody to pick me up. I didn't have nobody to take me to my appointment. They had to be somebody to sign you in and out before and after your appointment, right? I didn't have nobody to take me on certain days. And I was like, well, how come y'all don't have a service that picks people up and drop them off? So have you thought about that? Like, get with the VA, like, hey man, well, if y'all need this service, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I haven't personally, but again, my cousin Sean, he approached me one time. It didn't pan out, but he did approach me about driving. It was actually, it was funny. It was driving. It was like, again, retired state trooper. So he was dealing with a lot of people, and when they were done being incarcerated, and they, picking, like, once I guess they go to the halfway house, picking them up and taking them to job interviews, or getting them reintegrated in life. And I would have done it. It didn't pan out. And then I have a law firm that I actually pick up their clients and like take them to PT. Yeah. And then take them back home. So that's probably the closest thing to a contract that I have.
I can tell you, man, I got a partner out here, Larry Moon, right? And Larry Moon is heavy into the reintegration program, what the halfway houses jobs. He does it from the youth until like adulthood, whatever the case may be. And this service right here is something that I know for sure he would do. And he does transportation himself. So but he does it like he's a driver, like the drive the buses and stuff. And limos if need be, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, that would definitely be a service I know he would be into. I'm gonna send him your direction, man.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm about to say, so now since that's one of the things I know is an option for you. So what are some of the struggles? Like, I know this shit ain't all been peaches and cream.
Believe it or not, it's funny because I like I said earlier, everything. I don't think anything is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And now that me and you have been put in contact with one of us, so funny. Recently, one of my clients asked me, they said, well, how's the business? And I said, well, unfortunately, the business is becoming more of a business.
Yeah.
And what I meant by that is everything, again, you hang with like-minded people. I knew everybody, but now I'm starting to get into a vaster area of people that I've never met before, and I'm meeting them through somebody that's through somebody. So and there's always like you always got that fucked up feeling or that uncertainty when you're stepping into the unknown, the beyond. You feel what I'm saying? And that happens with every endeavor. It happened when I started writing books, when I started doing this, when I started with the vending machines, stuff like that. Like there was that step, not knowing what was next. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, man, I can't believe I'm actually, and when it's done, like, I can't believe I actually did that shit. Yeah. So it's I guess the biggest hurdle now is just I'm before it was more of just a family thing. It was more of let's do this in good faith. You call me up, you tell me what you need, I show up. But I just recently had to do policies and procedures with Amanda because now I got to put rules out there because people I feel like are starting to take advantage a little bit. But other than that, just keeping just getting, my biggest thing is just like driving like-minded people, having people drive that have the same mindset as me. You can't just be anybody that's going to drive with this name on your shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't do that. You got to have a certain mindset. So,
and then with business, when it comes to certain businesses, though, it's a big echo chamber. So I'm glad that you actually put procedures in order, and it's not hard to find. Or you know what I'm saying? It's all cookie cutter at this point because there are a lot of different driver services out here now. You feel what I'm saying? And just and then now it's like Uber, Lyft, Auto, all these companies are starting to be regulated. Like they starting to get unions and all that shit, they start to get regulated. So it's important that you putting all this stuff in place. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's it. It's currently, I'm still on an emotional high. You know, we still very much on an upscale. And we have a lot of fun doing it. And I'm starting to understand now that there is a, what's the word I'm looking for? There is a
upside.
Not even the upside. There's always an upside, but a procedure like right now, it's not slow, but it's slower than normal. Once I have a lot of Jewish clients, so once Passover comes, it get busy all the way through the summer.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm starting to learn the routine now in the calendar of when it's going to get busy, when it's not going to be busy. I
can name some customers you don't got.
Who?
Amish and Mennonites.
You know what? And if somebody Amish came to me and I could do it, I'd go get me a horse and a buggy, brother.
Hey, right, that motherfucker got a horse on 95. Man, listen, man, the funniest shit ever. Well, the funniest shit ever is when during the election season, when they were showing the Amish dudes out there with their buggies and their horses with Trump flags. I was like, damn.
Well, you know, Lancaster is not far from here. So a lot of times when we're going to like track meets and stuff, and we got to go out to Lancaster and Millersville in that area, you see they got the buggies now with the flashing lights and the reflectors on the back.
Yeah. Funniest thing, when I was at because I went to school in up in Moon Township. That's way up there close to Erie, right?
Okay.
And what was crazy is that it would be funny. We would see like the like, especially like in the Greensburg area, places like that. Mm-hmm. Man, you would see like the Amish people out there with their little buggies at like grocery stores and all that stuff. I'm like, hey, y'all supposed to be growing y'all own food, man. What the hell y'all doing out here?
We got like a babysitting service or something out there. I just recently found out. Well, they be doing their thing. They not just farmers no more.
Well, I can tell you right down here. Matter of fact, well, my son he about to go do something, but like when I pick him up from school, we go to this Amish market out here, and they have everything. When they sell clothes, they sell furniture, they sell vegetables, they sell like fresh produce, they sell everything. You probably could buy a kid in it. like you looking for a wife? She's 22 and fertile. Like dang, 22 and fertile. Like dang. Like nah, man. So now let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Do you, with the way your operation is now, right? Say you did it's a two-part question, right? But I'm gonna ask you the first part first. Do you think you would be able to handle a big contract like something like the VA? Where you at right now?
That would be a real challenge because a contract like that is going to be regimented. Yeah. And I might be picking up people Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And right now, my schedule is as you call me when you need me. So, you know, some mornings I'm out the house at 5 a.m. And like today, I'm not leaving out of here until about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have to probably, I probably could find the drivers to do it. But that would be a challenge because that would be something that's every day. But actually, like an example, my daughter helps me. My youngest daughter helps me. And but she has kids. Yeah. So her hours for the most part are like 8 a.m. to like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So something like a contract like that would be great for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She could be there at 8, take them wherever they need to be back by 5, pick up her kids by 6, and then just keep moving. So if that were to happen, I do have people that work for me that would fit their schedule a little better. Because a lot of times what I get now is, hey, I got this, I can't do it that day. I can't do it. Yeah, so something more regimented would actually help them better.
Okay, so would you be open to being bought out if somebody big came along?
Being bought out if somebody big came along.
Yeah.
That is something that I think about because I really love doing this, but it would actually have to do with the numbers because I can't do this forever. And then I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I probably to answer your question honestly, it would probably be a yes, but maybe for the next 10 to 15 years, I have a say. I might not have a majority stake, but I
you have a say.
Right, because this isn't even close to where I want it to be.
Yeah,
this is such an infancy that I want to see how far. But I mean, if you come to me with a certain number, bro, I'm 58 years old.
Yeah.
You come to me with a certain number. Listen, you can have it.
I'm about to say because now I'm about to say. With that being said, you're getting close to these retirement ages. How much longer do you actually want to do it? That's why I asked you that question. Like how much longer? Man, at a certain point, we all get to the point where we be like, "Fuck it."
Hey, I'm not telling you yet. I can't see it. I can't even see it yet. I can't even fathom it yet. But I do know when I used to work for a company called Acme Markets in the warehouse transportation. Yep. And one of the old dudes was 70 years old, still driving tractor trailers. And I promised myself that wouldn't be me. But because you and me both know, we're at an age now, we both know, especially when I used to deal with the truck drivers, when they retired, it was two types of truck driver. It was one that had set himself up so good that he always kept himself busy. Yep. And the ones that didn't set themselves up, and it always seemed like the ones that did, and within 6 months, they was dead.
Hey, no, what's that? And I'm gonna tell you, like, so my granddaddy, he just passed away this year. He was 100, right? Well, almost 100, right? And and he was driving cabs and Uber in his 90s. He was gonna stop when they told him he couldn't do it no more. You feel what I'm saying? And then he would drive at 5 o'clock in the morning to noon, and that would be his thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He was in his 90s doing this. So he was like, yeah. I was like, dang. I used to see him old driving this taxi cab and all stuff. Taxi told me he couldn't do it no more. When they invented Uber and all that stuff, he said, oh, he didn't know how to work the phone, but he knew how to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I get it. It was the same thing in the military. A lot of dudes, man, they say a lot of dudes, like once they retire, a lot of dudes don't make it past 5 years after being retired. And 6 months. 6 months to 5 years, that's when people start dropping because they still keep the same unhealthy habits in the military, but they're not working out as much. They're not as mobile. They're not doing, you know what I'm saying? They're not doing the thing they used to do, whatever case may be.
Bored.
Just,
you've been driving a truck 20, 30 years, and now you just, you know.
So
I still got a lot of juice left. I'm still excited.
Okay, so how many people have you actually dropped off at like whole houses and shit?
I've dropped off a few at courthouses.
No, not courthouses. Whole houses.
Oh, whorehouse? Oh no, nobody had a whorehouse that I know of. Nobody had a whorehouse.
Did you ain't escort them in? How you know?
That's why I said that I know of.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now look, man, we're at this segment of the show. Mm-hmm. We're at the segment of the show where I got a couple questions for you. Okay. All right. Just a few, besides the ones, but it's a couple random questions. I got questions for you, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a few. Not too many. I have some questions.
Okay.
Okay. Question number one. Question number one, Mr. Reggie, would you let your girl get a train ran on her for $100,000?
My girl get a train run on her for $100,000.
And we talking about like 4 dudes that's hung like horses.
Can I ask a question before I answer the question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Am I Reggie today or am I Reggie, say, 20 years ago?
Are you Reggie today, baby?
Oh, so I'm Reggie today. I got a little bit more morality to me. I got daughters. I got a wife for 30 years, so I got to say no. Catch me when I was 24-year-old Reggie. We got to make that money, baby.
100K. I'm
It
like,
ain't personal. Because
I'm
20
like,
years ago, 100K went a lot further than it go today.
hey man, listen. And they talk about it's tax-free money. They just give it to you. They give it to you in a rubber band. Here you go. I'll be like,
but we gotta renegotiate that because that's only 25K per dude. Nah, you gotta be a little bit more than that.
Hey man, listen. I'm like, y'all be gentle with my bitch, man. So if she start making them ugly noises, I'm gonna leave with that money and don't go back to get her.
Now, that's when you be like, oh, I know that noise. I know that noise.
I know that noise.
Oh, hit to the left a little bit. Yes.
I'm like, they be like, no, one of the conditions you gotta stay and watch. I'm like, what? Like, just give me the motherfucking money.
I can stay and watch.
She started liking it too much. I'm like, bitch, you better straighten your face.
That's fine. I'm very secure with myself. I do what I do. So.
Oh yeah, man. When you go back and listen to these stories now, you're gonna hear about a bunch of orgies and stuff I've been in and shit like that. I tell them about them, people getting pissed on, all sorts of shit, man. All right, next question. At what age do you stop buying gifts for your kids?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. That question was on did you get that question from the radio station?
Nah. I didn't
Now I'm up in Philly, but I listen to 102.3 a lot. Vic Jagger just asked that question like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I don't listen to radio.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because obviously it's not 31, because that's my oldest child, and we just bought her a gift. So I don't know. Now, I mean, there are a couple of factors in there. Number one, once you start having kids, the value of your gift depreciates greatly.
Yeah.
And then also as you get older, it's going to probably be more of what you need and not what you want.
I ain't gonna lie, because when I was young, I'd be like, why every year I get underwears and socks, not even knowing. Shit, that shit important as hell. I wish a motherfucker would buy me some underwears and socks now.
Yeah, so it'd be like I might buy you a set of dishes or some pots and pans now because you got a house. But
something like that.
But I'm not the dude that's gonna buy you the 55-inch flat screen. I'm not doing it.
Soon as these niggas turn 18, don't be looking at me to buy you shit.
I got girls, man. I got girls. You know they got me wrapped around.
I give them to 19 or 21. Matter of fact, I say I stop at 21. I'm like, nigga, you need some gas money because that's what you're getting for Christmas.
Yeah, but get him a gas card.
Give him a gas card.
Right. And then he had the nerve to tell you, I don't use this kind of gas. Why you ain't buy me some? All
right, bitch, get that shit back.
Yes.
All right, so next question.
Mm-hmm.
Powerball.
Mm-hmm.
Powerball is $1 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you hit the Powerball for $1 billion, and they said you can either keep the $1 billion or you can live to be immortal. Which one would you choose? You could be immortal.
I take the $1 billion. When I was younger, I used to want to live forever, but as I've seen the world change, I don't want to live forever anymore. I want to just do my bid and move on. Give me the $1 billion, because I'm gonna have so much fun. We would be, trust me, we would be doing this podcast. I would be in some foreign country. I might be on SpaceX. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff, but yeah, I don't want to live forever.
I would have some. I'd probably be sitting right here on like $1 billion. I'd be sitting right here in a high chair with two naked bitches right here. I'm like, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a good answer. I'm gonna take the immortality because I would just want to see. I don't want to see how weird shit get, especially with all this lady boy shit going on and everything that's going on. I want to see how weird, because 100 years from now, they ain't gonna be able to identify people right now because of the way the world going. So I want to see how this shit turns out.
Well, I just look at this, man. I was born in 66. And from 19, I'll say from 76, because by 10 years old, you recognize certain things. To now, the world has changed so much, I don't recognize it.
No, I don't.
I give you a great story. We used to go visit my wife's aunt every Christmas down in Clinton.
Yep.
So my aunt had wife's aunt had a jukebox in the basement. And she had 45s glued to the wall over top of the jukebox. And my daughter asked me one day, Dad, what's that? And I had to explain to her what a record was, what a 45 was. And she was looking at me like I was crazy. Fast forward to the next generation. We down there one day with my grandkids, and it's CDs on the wall. And they go, what's that?
What's that?
Because in the span of one generation, we went from the 45s to the CDs, and now they're not recognizable.
It went from 45s to 8 tracks to tapes to CDs to now everything is streaming. I still got CDs and DVDs.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like you talking about, because when everything shuts down, I'm gonna plug my DVD player right into the motherfucking generator.
Yeah. So and that's it. So I mean, the world has changed so much in every capacity. I think that's a great example, but I don't know if I want to see how it turns out, bro. I'm not going to lie to you because it's crazy now. I know everything's full circle, but it's crazy. I remember being a young boy, my mom saying, "Don't be in that street late at night." And Mom, you know what? It ain't nothing. But now I really don't want to be in that street late at night.
Yeah, it's like
I ask myself, right? Go ahead.
I would say you find yourself turning to your parents. I'm like, hey. Man, this music is trash. They used to say the same shit about our music. Yeah, like, man, why you listen to that garbage? Now we be like, y'all young niggas listen to this garbage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I have to ask myself, am I not wanting to go out at night now because I just have gotten older? Or is it really that? But it's not that. It's the world. Listen, when I was a kid coming up, the worst thing that was going to happen to me, I might get jumped and get my ass whipped. But they out here killing people now. Like
so I don't know if you watched the one the episode they released today. It was only 14 minutes, right? And I just did a bunch of dumbasses. And one of the dumbasses was the week was it was 4 kids between the ages of 12 and 14 in Houston, right? They tried to rob a grown man on Christmas Day, and he shot 3 of them. Yeah, 3 out of them. The 4th one got away. And one is in critical condition. The other 2 are severely wounded, right? And I was like, that wouldn't happen back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like grown people, there were rules. There ain't no rules no more. So the youngest boy that ran away was so scared when the ambulance showed up. He came back to the scene and told the police and them everything. So it's like, hey man.
And that's it. Like you said, it was rules. I remember being a young boy one day. True story. We was outside playing. About maybe 10, 11 years old, and these boys came running down the street, and they was like, get in the house now, because they was getting ready to start gang warring. And they told us to get in the house. I remember one day walking with my mom, and it was a dude on the corner, and he spoke to it's funny as hell. He spoke to my mom, but he didn't know my mom's name, so he called her my brother's street name. Oh, and shit. He was like, how you doing, Miss Tona? And my mom turned around and she was like, you can call me Mabel. You can call me this. Don't you ever. And he was like, yes, ma'am, no more. Now, some young boy be like, bitch, I called you what I called you.
Yeah, no, for real. No, for real.
It was respect back then. It's no respect now. You know, back in the day, somebody that walked up on you and been like,
don't do that. Man, listen.
No. They done walked up on you and been like, I'm going to get you, but you with your girl now, you with your kid now. But when I see you, it's on. Now they're gonna shoot you, your girl, and your kid.
And your kid. Man, listen, I remember, man, when growing up, man, I remember me and my partner was helping my mom carry groceries from the store, and a fight broke up too close to my mom. And me and my partner did put the groceries down. We went over there and started going to work on the people. For just because they was fighting too close to my mom.
Right.
Like, man, what are you doing? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I don't want to see how it turns out. I don't.
Yeah, man. Okay, so next question, right? Next question. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If your old lady was secretly doing OnlyFans, right? Would you stay with her? And you found out, would you stay with her?
So I always promised you. I promised you from the other podcast. I always told you I was totally transparent.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be totally transparent. If a motherfucker can get my wife to get on there, my wife is the most humble. Like, we've been married 30 years, and sometimes I'll be like, "What? You know, I seen you before, right? Why you being all, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
Listen, if somebody can get my wife on Tinder, OnlyFriends, Backpage, more power to you. Like, just let me know what you did, because I need to know. I need to know.
Oh man, but it's a lot of dudes that be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay with her, not me." Hey, I'm like, you can at least told me we could have made some content together.
Yeah, definitely.
We could have made some content together. Fuck you talking about? Okay, so last question.
One day we gonna get together, and I'm gonna let you meet my wife, and then I'm gonna ask you to ask me that question again. After spending the day with her, ask me that question again. Nah, bro, it ain't no need to ask that question.
Hey, no, she gonna be like, she gonna look at you across her arm. All right, Reggie, don't get hurt.
Praying for you is what she gonna do. Praying for you.
All right. Last question.
Okay.
All right, man. You've been seeing all this stuff about the drones flying over the cities and all of the places like that, and these little orbs and all stuff. Project Blue Beam crap. All this stuff with them alien drones with the newsline ass, right? So I don't believe none of that shit. I'm just being honest. I don't believe in outer space. So I just don't. I don't believe in outer space. I think the Earth is flat. We're in the dome, and the sun and the moon is inside the dome. It's two bright lights being held over. And I think the real outer space is the ocean, because it's so much of the ocean that's not explored. Yeah. And like it's probably civilizations down there that we don't know nothing about. Like, think about all these people that went down there to like the Titanic and stuff like that, and then they should just be mysterious, be blowing up. It ain't and it's not from the pressure. So anyway, because we got steels on this planet that can handle it. So anyway, so with these drones and stuff flying all over the place that they say are from aliens, how long you think it's gonna be before niggas start shooting them down or shooting at them?
Oh, not long. Not long. Listen, it ain't what we think, it's what we know, it's what they know, because they don't fly over the hood.
No.
You ain't seen no drones in Southeast DC.
No.
I ain't seen no drones in North Philly, because that shit shot down, bro.
Nope. Look, like if you think about this, right? If you think about this, they only been seen in places like Tucson, Arizona. They've been seen in the places in Jersey where Trump be hanging at, stuff like that. They be seen in all these places. They not in Brooklyn or the Bronx. They ain't in North Philly. They ain't in East Baltimore.
They not in Churchill, up in Richmond. They ain't in none of them places.
They ain't in the south side of Richmond. They ain't in none of these places. So it's like, they know what they doing.
Listen, either it's bullshit or them aliens are smarter than we think they are, because they know, look, we'll fuck with everybody else. We ain't fucking with them.
Or they can see through the houses, and they see that, like, oh, them niggas on that street got an arsenal over there. Stay away. Right? They looking for places. They looking for soft spots to invade. That's what's happening. They're looking for something. So they like. So we know we got to strategically stay away from this side, because they looking to see that's how we need to attack first, because that's the path of most resistance. We get rid of them, we can take everything else.
Yeah. So, to be honest, I don't believe that either. I believe that we have the most advanced spy network in the world, and whenever certain things happen, it's because they allowed it to happen. I believe if it was really a threat, even if we didn't know about it, it would be being handled. People got to understand, the powers to be never not want to be the powers to be. I go all the way back to Y2K when it was 1999, and these people was panicking, and I was like, do y'all think the people with all the power and the money is going to lose all that money? Hey, trust me, Y2K is not going to be anything, and when it flipped over, it was nothing.
I'm going to tell you right now, when Y2K happened, me, my partner D's, and my two little brothers, the twins, we had ski masks, we had bags, and we had power bars. Soon as everything would have shut down, we were standing by Chevy Chase Bank. Soon as all the power went out, we about to run in that bitch. Dead serious. Dead serious.
I'm so glad the statute of limitations is passed on that.
But we would sit there like this. And then we was looking. I was like, the motherfucking countdown happened. I was like, man, fuck, the power's still on. You know what I'm saying? We sat there waiting, nothing ever happened. We just walked. But we were standing right there by the bank. We sitting right there just scoping the bank out, just waiting. So that power went, we was going in that bitch.
All y'all got to do that night was go back home and watch Dick Clark and that damn ball drop.
and we missed that part. We missed the ball drop. We waiting on the motherfucking bank. So right. Fucked up. I was like, man, but we had ski masks, we had bags, but we about to load them bags up. Man, shit. But yeah, man, that's all the questions I got for you, man. So look, Reggie, tell everybody where they can find you at, man. Your socials, your socials, your websites. Tell everybody where they can find you at. Okay,
I'm currently working on a website. I promise you it's going to be up and running soon. But other than that, you can catch me on Facebook at Keith_Franks. You can also see me on Track RC, because even though I don't coach anymore, I still keep the website up because I keep in touch with the kids, my former runners. It's a great thing. Shout out to all my former runners and everybody that's come back and visit me and say hi. That's really about it. I don't have a lot of time. You either know me or you don't, but I'm gonna have to be known, I guess.
If you want to make some money, you gotta be known. Man, so, look, yeah, man. It was a pleasure having you on the show today, man.
Listen, I'm gonna share this with you. I was really excited from the rip. Right before I logged on, Amanda said, "You're gonna have a lot of fun. I know you can handle them. Don't let them take you down the rabbit hole." Nah, we good. We gonna be good.
Yeah, because like
this won't be the last time. This definitely won't be the last.
It won't be the last time. Like I'm telling you, people come back to the show and all stuff, and everybody comes on. And people, especially ones that be in their shell, and I break them out their shell, and they start talking about, "Oh, I need to do this again. When can I come back? When can I come back?" I like, see, it wasn't that bad, was it? No.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. But now I got to let you go because I got to get this show rolling. I got other segments to get to.
All right, brother, and have fun the next 2 weeks.
I will. It's gonna be a lot of
stories to tell. It's gonna be a lot of stories to tell when you get back.
A lot of liquor drinking and intercourse.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. All right, man.
All right, man.
Peace. I'm glad you came on here, man.
Appreciate you.
Old Reggie. All right, man. So that was Keith Franks, man. I call him Keith David at the beginning. I'm thinking of the actor nigga. Oh, yeah, but that was Keith Franks, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. I'm going to post his information all up on the sites and stuff so y'all can see. If y'all need transportation help or anything like that, man, he got you. All right? So, moving on with the show. Community events. My community event for this week, like I said last week and the week before, who make the best drinks in the DMV? Mimi's Happy Hour. Right? Mimi's Happy Hour. Now listen. She's doing a paint and cocktail making class February 22nd. Pure Elegance Event Center. All right. The Pure Elegance Event Center. Event space. I'm sorry. Pure Elegance Event Space. 2290 Old Washington Road, Suite 101, Waldorf, Maryland, 20602. Mimi's Happy Hour. You know what I'm saying? It's Mimi's Happy Hour. You hear me? So, y'all make sure y'all go and support Mimi's event. I'll be there for sure. I think. I got to look at the date. I'm playing. But, yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all go and support for real. All right. And that is my community event. Now, the read of the week is a nice short read. This book, it's a poetry book. It's a poetry book. This book, she's performed at the Independent Black Author Expo. She has performed in various other events, right? She goes by the name of Elizabeth Q. She has a poetry book that speaks to your soul that everybody needs to check out. It's called Watch the Crown. Watch the Crown by Elizabeth Q. Man, when I say when she closed her eyes, cover her face, and then she just wakes up and she just start getting into it. This is what he said, blah, 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 blah. One of the most poetic things I've ever seen. Like it's magnificent the way she operates. Like for real. I like seeing it in real life. I was like, man, golly. Seeing the way she operates in real life, I was like, God. So the read of the week is Watch the Crown by Netta Q. All right. Watch the Crown by Netta Q. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Y'all can get it on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, or y'all can just hit Elizabeth Q. I said Netta Q's her old name. Elizabeth Q. All right. I'm gonna tag her in all the posts and all stuff so y'all know who she is. All right. Now, with that being said, we just did all the positive stuff. Gotta get to the gravy, the meat and potatoes of the show. The meat and taters with dumbass of the week. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? Hey, goddamn dumbass of the week. All right, man. So look, the dumbass of the week this week. The dumbass of the week this week. I'm gonna tell you right now. He deserves it. I come on this show every week and I say, any man that feel like they can touch minors deserves to go to jail and get their basement beat out. I'm talking about straight Diddy treatment, right? I think that should be mandatory. That these dudes that be sexually assaulting and raping minors should get their back beat out by like a big horse hung homo, like a dude, a big old buff gay dude that's straight power drive. And I think that should be part of there should be a regiment for them until what Mike Tyson said when he's about to say, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me. I think that's what should happen to dudes that mess with children and young males and females. This shit is an illness, it's a sickness, and it's something that need to be addressed in this country. But the powers that be, knowing that these people are getting abducted, they knowing motherfuckers getting raped and sexually assaulted, all this stuff, they're not gonna do shit about it because it's money for them. Trafficking is big money in trafficking and all that shit. It's big money in these motherfuckers going to jail for doing this shit, right? And not only do I feel like they should be getting fucked by Big Dick Buster. Remember that from Harlem? Not only should they be getting fucked by Big Dick Buster, no Diddy, but they should get castrated in front of the kid's family. They should get castrated in front of the kid's family. I think we can all agree on that. What y'all think? I think we can all agree on that. All right. So this man, he didn't work at a Catholic school because the Catholic priests always have that bad name for touching little boys, father touch boys in them, right? But this man worked at a Christian school. He was a teacher and a coach, a Louisiana man. And in Louisiana, they castrate you for this. So you know better. They castrate you in Louisiana. They just passed a law to castrate you, and you still doing it. It's a mental illness. Fuck is wrong with you? Fucking stupid. This man was arrested for grooming and sexually assaulting a student, right? And not only, and I'm not even gonna give, not only is he gonna get dumbass of the week, but the Lafayette County court system is gonna get it too, right? They gonna get it too. So he was arrested for grooming and sexually assaulting a student at, what that say, Lafayette Christian Academy. He pled guilty to 1 count of simple battery. And guess what? How old the person? He had been doing it. The sexual conduct had been going on from 15 to 17. So the dumbass of the week this week is Gregory Fontenot Jr. Gregory Fontenot Jr., 35-year-old man, former teacher and coach, was arrested and charged for sexual assault and grooming and sexual assault, battery, grooming, you know what I'm saying? Everything you can do, you can name where he need to go see Big Dick Buster for fucking with a minor, right? Fuck you touching on a 17-year-old for? Fuck nigga. He looked like a pedophile too. You look at his picture, he looked like a pedophile. Fuck nigga. So anyway, he's gonna get what he deserves. I firmly believe he's gonna get what he deserves. And I no sympathy from me, right? But the second half of this story, why Lafayette is getting a piece of this dumbass of the week too, is because he was found guilty. He went to jail for a little bit. He did went to jail for a little bit. Not long. Not long. He was released on a technicality. He was released on a technicality. And he only had to pay a $500 in fines and court costs. $500 in fines and court costs. You understand me? There are niggas in in Louisiana serving 10 to 15 years for DUIs. There are people serving 7 to 10 for assault, simple assault. There are people in Louisiana for petty theft serving 3 to 5. But for sexual assault and grooming a minor, statutory rape? Oh no. $500 in fines and court fees. What the fuck kind of corrupt court is this? Let's discuss this. What kind of corrupt court is this? There ain't no way. No way. Probably gonna get his fucking job back too. If they let him out for that, he probably gonna get his job back. And I would not be surprised if he does. Now, what I will say is that I hope that the family of the kid that was getting sexually assaulted and groomed finds him, dog walks him, you know what I'm saying, and pack his ass up. Because it needs to happen. The law couldn't handle it. In certain cases, you got to take the law in your own hands. I'm not going to advocate for it, but I'm just saying. So, dumbass of the week goes to Greg Fontenot Jr. for doing what the fuck he was doing with a minor, and the Lafayette court system. What the fuck are y'all doing? And I'm starting to get more and more crazy stories from fucking Louisiana. Fuck are y'all doing down there, man? I don't get it. Greg Fontenot Jr., Lafayette County court court systems, y'all getting dumbass a week. Fuck is you talking about? Fucking stupid. That's fucking dumb. I don't get it and never will. But all right, man. Fuck. All right, man. Well, had to get that shit out my system. So tonight was a great show. It was a great show. Y'all make sure y'all support Reggie. Reggie only got, that's how you know he only got Facebook. Ain't motherfucker got no IG. He ain't got no Twitter. He ain't got shit. Like how that? He's legit word of mouth. God damn. But hey, man, thank y'all for the continued support. Again, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody that has been supporting me on this journey. And supporting everybody that's been coming on the show and stuff like that, man. It's greatly appreciated. Continue tuning in. Changes are coming in 2025 for sure. And I want to thank everybody again. Stay tuned. Keep tuning in. And we're going to get to it. With that being said, let's get these fuck out of here. Yup.